Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 135th edition of Cinema Effect. I'm Zach, and I'm joined by David Elrich's number one hater, Jaden.
That's not fair. I just said I came around on the guy.
Too bad. And we've got PTA's number one fanboy, aka Fitzy, aka Liam. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cinema Effect, the podcast where we review and talk about a different movie every single Monday. And this week, that movie is Magic Mike, which opened in the US on the 29th of June 2012. It was directed by Steven Soderbergh, Liam's favourite filmmaker of all time. It's a dance drama? Comedy? IMDb had comedy in there. I feel like that's a stretch.
Netflix had like gritty, dark dramedy.
Gritty and dark. Okay. We'll get into the mob subplot, of course. If that makes it gritty and dark, then maybe. But I don't know. The synopsis says, a male stripper teaches a younger performer how to party, pick up women, and make easy money. Sounds amazing. That's actually sort of not what the movie's about at all, actually. But I'm glad that IMDb has that there for everyone. Okay. Jen, had you seen this film before?
No, but I feel like I fucking had because I used to get so many trailers for it on DVDs I bought as a kid, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's hilarious.
I remember every time I'd watch them, you know, my sister or like my mom would be like, "Oh yeah, that's one for us, not for me," you know.
Here we are. Wait, has she seen Magic Mike at this point in her life?
I actually don't know. I've no clue. Probably.
That'd be hilarious if it all came around and you ended up seeing it first.
Yeah. It was decent, you know. It wasn't fantastic, but I did get a level of enjoyment out of it. I do like the darkness of the story, and you know, you can really see how it affects Mike. I was really surprised to see that Soderbergh shot and edited this as well. But I think it makes sense because I think it does feel kind of holistic in what he wanted to do, and it does feel very neat. I think it's pretty solid, and I like Alex Pettyfer a lot because of I'm Number 4, so I'll always dick ride him, even though he probably shouldn't deserve it, but you know.
Okay. Very good. I also hadn't seen it, and I thought it was good. I liked it. I didn't know what to expect, but this wasn't it. I don't know. Only in this context would someone here in this podcast be looking for more, you know, in-depth substance in a male stripper movie. But I don't know. I was surprised to find it hasn't. Like, it's actually a pretty decent story, and I like Mike as a character a lot, and I think there's a lot to dig into that's actually pretty interesting about the film. I didn't know, like, dude, for all I knew, I could have clicked on this movie and ended up watching like the most, you know, gratuitous strip scenes for an hour and a half. I didn't know. I had no idea, other than the fact, like, the core of the premise or whatever. Like, I didn't know what kind of movie this really was. So I was pleased to find it was more of a character drama and stuff. But I quite liked it. Fitzy, you've seen it before though, and what did you think on this rewatch?
Well, rewatching Magic Mike really, you know, you get all the finer details.
Yeah.
But no, it is a decent movie with just a good story about, you know, jobs and that kind of thing, the American dream, that kind of thing. I think it's pretty funny. Like, the stripping scenes are pretty entertaining. And it's like well choreographed as well. But the story between Mike and the two siblings, I guess, is the main kind of through line. I think that's a good story there. So yeah.
Cool. If I may ask, in what circumstances did you watch it the first time? Was this just like a casual Sunday afternoon Magic Mike? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Just as a Soderbergh appreciator.
Maybe his filmography.
Maybe it might have been in the last few years or something. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Basically, I'm now going to spend as much time as possible avoiding the dance sequences and the stripping in the movie, and talk about literally everything else in Magic Mike. I'm only half joking, but because the main thing I actually took away from the film that I really, really liked was how well it focuses on, I don't know, like, to me the film's sort of about, like Fitzy said, it's about jobs, it's about work, but like it's about the grind, you know, it's about hustling, you know, and I really like that about it. It's about, you know, what you want to do with your life, and Mike's arc is really solid, I thought, throughout the whole thing. I love how the film keeps constantly putting emphasis both visually and in the dialogue, on wages and how much money everyone makes and how much things cost all the time. It does it, especially in the first act, a lot. So it really wants to sort of, I think, put the audience in that mindset of, every dollar counts and what these people are choosing to do to make their living and all that sort of thing, and how you weigh that up with what you really want to do and your passions in life and stuff. Like Mike having this, this dream to be basically like he's passionate about furniture and he wants to open his own like furniture business. I thought that was fantastic. I don't know, like I did not expect this at all from this movie, and I ended up like really feeling for him. And like when he goes to get that loan from Marie Schrader, it was like, oh, this is like really cool, and I'm like really rooting for him in this. And I thought, I think it's like related to like Channing Tatum's personal like real life story. I think because I think he himself was like an exotic dancer and then like wanted to become an actor and stuff. So I think it's all like sort of tied up in that, and it sort of feels quite personal, I think. So yeah, I don't know. Like I was sort of just blown away by that side of things, to be honest. But I know you seem to agree with me, Fitz. You said it's about the American dream, which is a great way to put it. Actually, I didn't really think of it that way.
That's an interesting point you brought up. The focus on like the exact amount of money all the time, even at the bar and stuff. They're talking about like $20 bills and $14 bills, and they just talk about bills the whole.
I love talking about those bills.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a few Soderbergh movies that are kind of, their subject matter isn't immediately about capitalism, but they are about that kind of thing. And like it's not always like just subtextual. This is like, this is quite like obviously like what the movie is about, I guess. It's pretty like in your face, I guess. Not like too in your face, but yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. I mean, no, you're right. It doesn't it's not ramming anything down your throat, but it's also not, you're right. It's not subtext. Like it's just literally the neutral events playing out in front of you is what it is. And on that, like I really, one of the standouts to me was just that, don't know why it stood out, but just that they have a shot earlier in the film of, I think it's of the sign out the front of the strip place of the business, and it's just like shows like the cost of admission.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the film does things like that a lot, where it's just sort of trying to seep that into your mind. And I was, and sort of just expanding, I was always super into all the business stuff. Like every time they cut after the show, and it's like Matthew McConaughey standing around, they're talking business, and they're like, talking about their dreams and their expansion to Miami and all this sort of thing. Like it was just, I enjoyed getting that sort of peeling back the layers of getting that insight into what it's like to work in that industry, and why these people do it, and what their aspirations are, and all that sort of thing. I thought it was all quite authentic feeling and sweet. I just think I think Channing Tatum's great in this movie. I don't think I've seen him in a lot, actually, very much at all, except I can think of like 21 Jump Street, which he's very entertaining in.
Surely you haven't, just haven't realized, because I think I've seen 20 films of his, which surprised me. I think he just pops up,
He just pops up, but when is it just things like when he pops up in Free Guy, and doesn't he pop up in Deadpool or something?
Hateful Eight.
True. Like how many times have you seen him as a leading man, I feel like not often.
Jupiter Ascending, okay. White House Down, Dear John.
Okay.
G.I. Joe.
Okay. Oh, he's the dude in Dear John. I never even realized that. He's John. Who's the other lead in that? Who's the woman in that?
Amanda Seyfried.
Is it? Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, that's weird. That's a weird casting.
I agree. I totally agree. Okay, well, I guess there's a bit more. But yeah, I don't know, like, he doesn't really come to mind for me a lot, I guess, in these sort of leading roles. And I was really pleased with his performance. I thought he was really good. I think the character of Mike is, like, really compelling. I think he's got a great sense of humor. He's just a cool dude. I just want to hang out with Mike, you know what I mean? Like, he's got a great sense of humor. He just feels, the Channing Tatum feels totally natural. The banter's really good. I really like the relationship with, I don't know if I ever caught her name, but like whoever the guy's sister is.
Well, the actress or the name?
No, the character.
Brooke.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We knew that. Like all of the relationship building with her was really good. And again, like simple stuff, but like every single time that they had a chat, their banter was really good. And you could just tell that, like, for Mike as a person, like he was just enjoying having a much simpler, deeper conversation with someone. You could tell he was getting a lot out of that, especially when contrasted with that other relationship he has with that other chick, whatever her name was. I should know because it came.
Joanna.
Oh, was it Joanna?
Oh yeah, like Joanna. Yeah,
Because it came up on the phone.
Because there's like a J, on the phone, right? Context.
Yeah. Like so, when you contrast it to that relationship, which is obviously the idea, the point is like, Mike's looking for something more here in his life. Simple stuff. I don't know. I thought it was all really solid, actually.
No, I think he's great in this film. I mean, he's great in the 21, 22 Jump Street movies, and like his kind of cameo appearances. But this film is probably his best, like, dramatic thing that I've seen from him.
Yeah. And like I've already said 50 times, like I just was not expecting that. Like the final scene where he, towards the end when he's like driving in the car, he decides he's had enough of this shit and he's driving off crying. Like I felt that. I thought he was really good in it. So, yeah, good for you, Channing. Very good. What kind of a name is Channing, by the way? Is there any other human being you've heard of named Channing?
No.
No.
But I feel like he's normalized it, honestly, because I didn't even think about it till you just said it now.
I've always thought about it with him. I find it very peculiar. I need to dive into the origins of where
what
Channing
kind of name
originates
is
from.
Irish origin.
Irish, okay.
Named Wolf Cub.
It's actually kind of badass. Now you know the meaning, I guess. Okay. I feel like the other performance... I mean, everyone in the movie is really good. So you mentioned, Jaden, that... Who's this guy from Alex? What's his name?
Adam. So Alex Pettifer is Adam.
Okay. I didn't recognise him at all. He was quite good, yeah.
Yeah, apparently he's got a role in Time. I don't remember that. But he's in, like, Alex Rider and Iron Man 4 and, like, some other stuff. And I like him because of that. It's always good to see him, yeah. I thought he did great too, yeah. I really bought it. I think Channing is still the highlight, like you guys were saying, but like I thought it was solid.
He was quite good. It was funny. I no spoilers. I saw a spoiler in the trivia. I don't know if Jane saw it too, but a spoiler for the second film. But I thought it was. Oh, you did say that?
Yeah.
I thought it was apparently him and Channing had a lot of beef on set, like they didn't like each other. Which I thought was kind of interesting because I thought their relationship was actually like it turned out that way. Yeah. but all the stuff at the start was good though. Like I wouldn't have noticed it in the first act or anything. But it is funny, the irony of that, I guess.
I think he's really good in this. I think he sells like the kind of arsehole really well because I think he is kind of really like an arse,
Oh yeah.
Like you see more, like the more the movie goes on, the more you kind of realize how bad he is,
Yeah, that's right. Because at the start, I mean, in my view, he was always a bit tainted, like looking like a total loser in that hoodie. First of all, no judgment, but and then like when he's playing video games at the start, because we all know video gamers are losers. So like those are all like prejudice things coming in where I'm like, okay, I'm into. Yeah, exactly. I'm coming. Soderbergh's clearly, man. He shows this guy playing a video game. He's trying to position him as a bit of a no life. You know what I mean? So he only goes further and further with that, with all the drug stuff, and yeah, totally. He's
what was he playing?
Not a great guy. Oh, I recognised it at the time. I did.
Yeah, it was an Xbox thing, right?
It wasn't Gears of War, was it?
Well, that's what I was thinking. Gears of War, like a Halo 3 type thing. That's what it felt like to me.
I think it might have been Gears of War. Don't quote me.
Yeah.
It was something real for sure, though, because you know how often they're just playing something.
Yeah, that was like fake shit. Yeah.
I think it was real, whatever it was. Yeah. So yeah, this guy's definitely an asshole, and that's sort of where the mob subplot comes into it, which was exciting. Dude, I could not believe that Mike. He put up $10,000 for this guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that was crazy. That was all his like savings. He had like $13,000 or whatever.
And didn't he call? I think it was after the fact. Didn't he say like his furniture was crap? Like he said, you didn't have to do that with all your. I know you're passionate about all that furniture crap. Didn't he say that?
Yeah,
to Mike.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, he said that. He said like I knew how much that furniture crap meant to you or whatever.
Right. God, dude. Talk about begging for an uppercut, man. Oh my God. So yeah. No, he really cemented his arsehole status by the end.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, like, he does so many little things, and there's like so many hints that he's an arsehole, you know? Because like at the very start he steals like whatever, like the Pepsi or whatever, which is like, you know, it looks like it's kind of making fun of the boss. But then I'll later you're told that he had like a football scholarship, like on the first day he punched the coach or whatever.
Yeah.
So he did that, right. And then, you know, he like left all the drugs at the house and got into the first place, and then there's so many things he did when you like reflect on it. Yeah. Even though he seemed like such a passive character, you know.
Yeah, that's true. He sort of grew into his final. There were hints, like you said, but then he grew into his final asshole form before our eyes.
Yeah, and then you see Channing Tatum kind of like realize it and like regret like bringing him in on the first day or whatever.
Yeah. Totally. I must say though that scene where he has to get up for the first time and he just gets thrown on stage and he's wearing the hoodie and stuff and he has to start like stripping like really awkwardly and stuff. I read that there was like no planned anything when they were shooting that for him. Like he didn't know what music they were going to play. He didn't have anything planned, and I thought that was actually quite effective because I totally felt how this guy had no idea what he was doing up there. So yeah, I thought that was quite good. Now comes the mandatory Matthew McConaughey segment because my God, it's pretty funny, dude. It's pretty funny. All right. Does that come from this movie or not?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I was trying to figure that out.
Yeah, because like whenever people attributed it to him, I was like, I could never think of where it came from. But like, this seems like the most potent thing.
I could like if it were already a thing before this. There's no way he would do it in the movie, right? Like, because that's like so on the nose.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
You know what I mean? I don't. I agree with you. I don't really understand. That would be such a weird choice if it was known before this. But it was hilarious either way.
Like, I could see it being like a Dazed and Confused thing as well, though. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if it is like an early thing.
Okay.
And like this film feels like the start of like the McConaissance. So like, you know, it's like.
Is that a real term that people use?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because he had that little lull in his career, you know, and like this is like the start of like the regrowth.
Oh, really? I didn't know. Was the lull like in the aughts there?
Yeah, in the late 2000s, I think, you know, just a tad bit, not a lot.
Yeah, I mean Matthew McConaughey can only do so much wrong, I guess. Matthew McConaughey accepted the role for this film within 10 minutes of being offered, as he was really intrigued by the concept. I just love the way that was worded. It's like, I was really intrigued by the ideas being presented by the film. Come on, man, you just wanted to get up on stage, take your shirt off, let's be honest. Because he's into that idea. But no, he's terrific in the film, dude. I'm not speaking anything that no human being on the planet doesn't already know, but his charisma is just off the charts. It's like unreal. It's a 12 out of 10. Like every time he's on screen, it's just like making me smile, making me laugh. Like it's unbelievable. That scene that he has at practice when he starts practicing with I always forget.
Adam.
Oh my God, Adam! Thank you. When he's practicing with Adam for the first time in the mirror, like I don't know how everyone on set just didn't die laughing every take. Like, or like I don't know how they got through a take of that because he was like so into it. It was unbelievable. Yeah, I thought it was crazy good. I got to say. What else can I do to avoid the dance sequences? Damn.
Why do you want to avoid those?
Because it's Magic Mike, and everyone wants it's just what everyone thinks it is. So I've got to make an argument that the film is more.
It's an integral part of the film, nonetheless.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm being an asshole.
And
you're
like Channing is a great dancer as well. I mean, like
sure,
Step Up and this now, you know, like he's done his fair share.
Sure. So I don't know anything about Step Up.
That's a trilogy, by the way. You've seen Step Up, Liam? Surely, please.
Step Up, maybe like parts of it.
Are there like 6 of them?
Something like that.
But hang on, I take it you're saying Step Up is a good movie that I should watch.
I'd say the first 4 are good.
Jesus, okay, that's a lot. All right.
Although that's probably not the common opinion. Probably the first two is what's more thought of.
How many is Channing in?
Two, maybe two. Yeah, two.
Okay. Right. Maybe I'll have to check that out. I don't want to go into that too much with spoiling the question of the show. But yeah, no, I just got to say, like, for the performance sequences, I don't know, they were definitely my least favorite part of the movie. Like, nothing against them, but I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, like, it's fairly entertaining to watch that sort of dance stuff and to watch, like, you know what I mean, like super fit people do that sort of shit. Like, I'm into it. Don't get me wrong, to an extent, but like, I think it's not like the most compelling stuff to me. So, and there were things I liked about it, like for sure, like Channing's that final one he did, like that sort of dude. I don't know how he didn't vomit immediately after. How many times did he spin? It was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever that was crazy. I read that he basically just did that all himself. Like there was no plan. He didn't work with anyone on any choreography or anything like that. He just did that. So yeah, clearly super talented, no doubt. Yeah, I don't know. Like I do appreciate how unpolished it was for sure. It felt, I don't know, for better or worse, maybe, like, it sort of just did feel like I went to a strip show. You know what I mean? And so, like, I guess I appreciate that about it. Like, Soderbergh's really just, they're just long takes. There's no cuts. It's just, you're literally just watching. And I've got some trivia, but, like, all the actors do it all themselves. There's no stunt doubles. There's nothing crazy going on with shooting these scenes at all. So, like, I appreciate paring it back and going simple with it in that sense. But I think that's just why they don't stand out a lot to me, because they're cool, but like, I don't know. When I think about it, I think there's a world where these scenes are a lot more extravagant and memorable for being like these really big Hollywood, you know, dance sequences. Whereas instead, I sort of just felt like, oh yeah, I went to a really good strip show and they just shot the whole thing nicely, and that's sort of it, you know.
Well, did we talk about last week how the reports are that Last Dance is going to have a 30-minute final dance sequence?
Wait, really?
Yeah. I think
That
Soderbergh actually said
that could be cool. That could be cool.
That'd
be crazy,
I do
yeah.
agree though, because like yeah, the dancing in this is like not. It's not like very theatrically shot. It's not very dynamic or anything.
Right. Yes.
And I think that's like one of the major differences between this film and the next one is like the next one is more of what you would expect, but it like goes all the way into that, and it's less about this one. It's less thematic as well, and this one is more, you know, more of just a story focused film.
Okay.
So yeah, the cinematography of the dancing in this isn't the best, I guess, or the composition or whatever. But yeah, it's still like the choreography of the dances is still good, I guess. But
yeah, no, 100%. It's very watchable because I felt like it's just a camera was in the room. But yeah, it's not using the medium to like really elevate the sequences. Yeah. But then there was this trivia as well, which I thought was good. The film had a $6.5 million budget, and it was self-financed by Channing Tatum and Steven Soderbergh. The Warner Brothers distributed film has now earned over $167 million worldwide, so pretty good investment there on their part.
damn, do they get all that money? Chunk of
I'd
it, I
imagine
guess.
they get a very healthy chunk of it. Yeah.
Watch me search up Channing Tatum's net worth now to be like $2 million.
Yeah, just because it's sitting in like an account in the Maldives or something.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. So yeah, no, I enjoyed reading that because first of all, it always makes me appreciate the film more because it didn't feel like a low budget film at all. But that also I think contributes to what Jane was saying earlier about how it was interesting that Soderbergh directed and edited it, like, and he put his money behind it. Like all those things sort of factor in, I think, to him just coming out here and knowing exactly what he's going for and executing it really well.
Yeah, that yellow fucking tint when it was outside, that was disgusting.
Oh, we'll get to that. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Don't worry. God damn. So yeah, I think the budget is sort of an element to consider when you think about what the dance sequences in this movie are, because I'd imagine I'm really interested in what you said there, Fitzy, and how I'm going to feel about the second one then, because it sounds like it's sort of the opposite of why I like this one. But we'll see if I end up if it ends up being just really glamorous in its own right. I don't know, but because it sort of sounds like, I mean, I know the next one, isn't it called literally Magic Mike Extra Extra Large?
Yeah, well, there's a different. I think there's still a thematic purpose to it, and it's actually like really interesting, but it's less of a traditional one, and it's less story focused. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So I'm curious to see the difference there, especially when I presume, don't know, but I presume that film also has an extra extra large budget. So
Oh yeah, probably.
we're going to see the contrast there, specifically with the numbers and stuff as well as just the filmmaking in general. So I'm curious to study that for sure. Okay, let's. Jen already brought it up. I definitely made a note of how Soderbergh has an insistence on making every daytime scene look like the color piss. But there's specific trivia about this, weirdly. The daytime sequences featuring Tampa and Miami were intentionally pushed with a hot yellow color scheme. It's a nice way to put it. So as to show off the exotic and authentic Florida sights and to contrast with the colorful neon lit strip club scenes.
It's too much, though, man. It's way too much.
I don't disagree. It's pretty wild. It's sort of, how do I put this? Like, I sort of recognized it in Ocean's 12 a bit, but this feels like it's like, first of all, it's not the same shade, and it's also a lot more of it.
Ocean's 12.
I sort of felt like Ocean's 12, like in those more brightly lit scenes, were quite graded in, I don't know, sort of an orangey thing.
Yeah. There's like most Soderbergh films have like a lot of grading in it.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty recognizable feature.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad I'm not insane. How do you feel about it, Fitzy? I thought you might come in and defend it or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I the only scene where it really stuck out to me was like the roofing scene where it was like so yellow that it was like green. But other than that, I think it fits the vibe pretty well.
Sure. Yeah.
I wouldn't want this to be like normally shot. Like I like how it's shot as it is.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm not shot.
Yeah.
But, created.
Yeah. It's not like a criticism for me. It's certainly very noticeable, and I don't think I would have gone that hard. But I don't necessarily think it needs to be. It's like a problem with it, I do want to ask you though, Fitzy, considering I know you're a huge fan of Soderbergh's endings and Soderbergh's Ocean's 12 ending.
Oh,
I believe.
Sure.
How did you feel about this ending? Specifically, the final, like minute 30 seconds, whatever.
It was good, I guess. Maybe a little underwhelming, but it was okay.
Okay.
I guess I didn't understand that. I guess the film was more of a romance than I thought between those two characters. Because that's what it seems like in the end that it's going for.
It sort of feels like it's trying to, that's what it's trying to nail down for you, yeah.
Yeah, because he said like, oh, I didn't like give all the money. I didn't do it for him, giving all that money to the people. So he's implying that he did it for her to some degree. For her comfort. So her brother was, safe and whatever.
Yeah, right. I didn't. Yeah. I guess that's totally what it is. Didn't think of that.
I mean, I think their conversations are okay. I think that Channing Tatum's pretty funny when he talks to her, but I don't think it's like that great of a romance.
Okay. Yeah, no, I get that. I don't think. I mean, I'm no spoilers. I don't know. Like, I'd be curious to see if it's explored more in the second one. But yeah, like their specific romantic relationship isn't really an important aspect of the movie to me because it feels like it's just the point of it is sort of just to get it started. If that makes sense. Like I was much more like looking at it through Mike's perspective of just him looking for something else and someone else. And then him on that journey to do that. And then like he sort of is very much there at the end. Like I sort of looking at it through his prism, like that's where I really like it. But yeah, I get what you mean. Like it feels like there's not really, like we might see more of it, I don't know, but between the two specifically, yeah, there's not like a lot to dig into or anything.
Yeah. I don't know. The ending is okay though. What about you? What do you think?
I took specific note of it because I really liked it because like the music just hit and it just cut to credits and it just sort of, it was, Yeah, I get what you mean when you say it might be a bit underwhelming. I guess that's why I liked it though. Like I sort of just like it's very rare, I think, when a movie can just cut to credits, and I sort of had no idea it was going to cut to credits. Like usually you get the feeling that this is the final shot, and then it cuts. You know,
Like
The
they make a
film
big
builds to
deal
it.
about like
Right.
it's a final shot. It's very dramatic. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just super into this. Like I had no idea how long was left in the movie. Like I figured I was in the third act, but I was sort of just watching it. I was like, yeah, this is a cool scene. Yeah, some cool music. Oh shit, it's over. Like that was sort of what it was like. Like I dug that because I could have very well just the way the film was flowing in that moment, the way it was being edited. Like I just sort of felt like it could have easily had another 3-minute sequence at the end or something. But who cares? No need. So I appreciate that.
A bit different to Ocean's 12 though. Ocean's 12 ends on a high. You know, a high of highs.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Jane, was it jarring for you to see the iPhone 4 UI in this film?
Not really. I was rewatching Community this week. It's funny that you mentioned that. It's like it's just so interesting seeing like them use old mobile phones for the entire like duration of that, and like you know you go from like Sony Ericssons or whatever the equivalent was to Blackberries, and then eventually to like iPhones in the final seasons. So like I don't know.
That is interesting.
I'm kind of accommodated to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it is a bit of like a because that what iOS update was that just like made that massive shift forward. Like
the main big one was iOS 7.
7. I
want to say
7 sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it is always a bit shocking to see pre 2013. iPhone UI.
But it stood out to me. It was so weird because it was like this movie came out in 2012. Everyone has smartphones. But like it was funny how such a detail like that just dated the film immediately. Like it was I never really thought about it. I saw that UI and I was just like, God damn, this film suddenly immediately just feels like way older than it should right now to me. Like, it's funny. Like a film comes out in 2013, it's got the other UI, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, this is a pretty recent film, I got some more. At one point, Dallas is on stage playing a bongo drum. Who could forget? Matthew McConaughey was once memorably arrested for marijuana possession after, according to the police report, an officer looked in a window and saw the actor dancing around naked and playing bongo drums.
That's why he's in the Beach Bomb. That's a good movie as well. Good Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Haven't seen that. Let's get to our final verdicts for Magic Mike. Jaden.
Probably 7. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think there was definitely parts. I think there was a chunk of it I was probably bored by, but I do think there it is a quality build, nonetheless, and like I think that kind of trumps most of the weaknesses.
Cool. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'll give it a 7. Yeah, and this is a film. I was surprised. I didn't realize it. Like, not that it's like a terribly rated movie, but it was definitely rated lower than I thought it would be after seeing it. And I'd recommend it. I think it's a solid movie. Yeah, for sure. What about you, Fitzy?
Yeah, 6 or 7. That's a terrible question. I'll give it a 7, I guess. Yeah, I'll give it a 7. Sure.
That's what you initially had it at, right?
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
6. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Upgrade.
Big upgrade. So you used to think it was terrible, and now you think
it's great.
Gotcha. Let's get into news chat, where we have it's basically just trailer chat today, because my God, there are a lot of trailers. I don't know where to start. So let's start with Transformers. Actually, Fitzy, is this one of the ones you ended up watching?
No, it's the only one I didn't watch.
God damn it, I picked wrong. Okay, that's fine. Jaden, what do you think of the Transformers trailer? Rise of the Beasts.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was decent. It's like Luke was asking in the Discord, what I thought about it, and it's like I said it there. Like, I never took issue with the main franchise. Like, I loved the main franchise just and all its isms and what it was built around and Michael Bay and all that shit. So like this shift away from it isn't something I'm going to celebrate because it's not something that I felt was needed. I understand a lot of fans felt differently, but I always loved the main series. But I do like the Beast show from childhood. So I'm keen for that. Like kind of bringing that aspect forward, I guess. I saw that this isn't set in like the main Transformers universe. It's in like the Bumblebee universe that one's established. Which
Is that not the Michael Bay verse?
well, I don't know. I guess not. According to that one comment on YouTube.
I think it is. But so Bumblebee takes place in the. I could be totally wrong. I don't want to sound like an expert, but I think Bumblebee takes place in the 80s, and then this is still like in that. Like this is still a period piece. Like this isn't modern day either.
I'm not sure.
Which is how they're getting around it, I think.
I'm not sure, but in the main franchise, they establish Bumblebee as having being a World War II operative and taking out Nazis. So it kind of contradicts the Bumblebee spin-off. So I don't think they're the same universe. No.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't know that.
Another thing I saw people celebrating was like the more classical design, but like I always thought that the Bay designs were awesome, and like it's I don't know, quote unquote more realistic rather than like these 80s designs of like two-tone trucks and a few panels and that's it. Like I've always loved everything about the Bay franchise, so like this shift away from it, it's not something I'm going to be like overly keen for, but he's still there producing, so I'm sure we're still going to feel his touch. But yeah, no, like I'm definitely excited. I'll always watch Transformers on a big screen.
Sure. Yeah. I very unique take, by the way. I appreciate that. I thought it was cool. I liked it. I'm not a Transformers expert by any means, but I like the new aesthetic. Not because I never disliked Michael Bay's aesthetic for the designs, but I think it's just cool that this is different. It just feels more fun and colorful, and I know obviously they're meant to be like more accurate to the cartoons and the actual toys and shit. So I just think that's cool for a change. That's all. And I thought that the action looked pretty good. It sort of seemed like I have seen the original animated movie at some point in my life, so it sort of seems like tonally it's sort of trying to go back to that, which is cool. Like, so, as someone who's fallen off the main movies, I thought it looked pretty solid, and I'd definitely go and see it, unless it's a trash fire. But I'm sort of curious about, like, I don't know. For me, like, I know about the Autobots versus the Decepticons. You know what I mean? I don't know anything about these other primal factions. And then I saw in the trailer at the end they had like the different emblems for different factions. I was like, I don't know who the hell these people are, but I'm like, oh, I'm kind of into finding that out. I guess one of them's like the Beasts, and then I think there was like another one even. I don't know. It's weird. Where should we go next? Did we all see Guardians of the Galaxy?
I haven't seen it.
Yes.
Fitzy saw that one. All right, I'm switching people here. Fitzy, what did you think of Volume 3?
It was a really good trailer. I was actually pretty impressed by it. Colourful, very like adventure-y. Guardians of the Galaxy adventure-y. So yeah, I don't know. That's good.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I still haven't seen the holiday special. I don't even know if I will. I feel like I probably should before this, but yeah. No, I thought it was cool. It was like exactly what I would have thought a Volume 3 trailer would be. Like it was cool. I need to rewatch Volume 2 because I just didn't really like it that much when I saw it only the one time. And I love the first movie so much. So I just felt like I feel like I'm just a bit disconnected with these characters at the moment. So I feel like I need to realign myself a little bit to maybe get more into it. But no, I thought this trailer was pretty cool. We got some glimpses at the villains. What's his face? Will Poulter is that character that they teased years ago.
Wonder Man. Oh, what is it?
Warlock.
Oh, Adam Warlock. Fuck yeah, that's right.
Is that him?
Yeah, I think so.
And then the dude from Peacemaker's also in there as a villain, which is cool. So like, I appreciate that James Gunn's sort of building out his own little. I mean, it's so weird that now he's the head of DC, but he's like, even amongst his own filmography, he has sort of a go-to cast list and it's always been the case across all of his different, no matter what studio he's working for, So that's always fun. So yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I don't really understand what's going on with Gamora at all at this point in time. I know she was in the trailer, but I don't know what that's about. Is she still like the alternate version from Endgame or something? I don't know.
All right.
Because she's not with the team, but she's in the movie, obviously.
She's not with the team.
No, she
Oh
wasn't.
yeah, she died. No.
Yeah, she died, but then I assume like
Yeah.
they're chasing after this alternate one to bring her in. I
Is
guess.
she
I
any
don't know.
different?
Well, she's from the other timeline, so she doesn't. Yeah,
Oh, she
right
never-
in Endgame.
Yeah, she was
never-
the early version they pulled out, right? Or whatever.
Yeah, she never knew anything about. She doesn't know who Star-Lord is or anything.
Right.
Okay. So, did you too watch the Cocaine Bear trailer?
Yes.
Gotcha. I didn't see this one. So, what do you guys think?
Yeah, it looked pretty fun. It looked pretty good. Surprised how many famous people are attached to it. Some
Oh, really? Who's in it?
Cara Care or something. Wait, let me.
Wasn't
Cara Delevingne?
No, was Kerry Russell? Did I see her in the cast list?
Yeah.
What
Kerry
the
Russell.
fuck?
Oh, Ray
Okay.
Liotta. He was in there.
Oh, really?
Ice Cube's son.
Is this going to be Ray Liotta's last film?
Yeah, I think it is. I think
Oh, wow.
someone on Twitter was saying it's Power Deck that this was like his last his last performance, and he looks like really interesting in the trailer.
Oh, okay. From the premise and just the like, I think I saw like a screenshot or something. Like, when I picture Cocaine Bear, I picture like some dumbass Seth Rogen like Sausage Party-esque comedy movie. You know what I mean? Or like a Ted, for example. Is that what it is, or is it trying to be a bit more serious?
No, it's got its drama about it. Like it feels like it's gonna be like
Okay.
it's gonna push the comedy hard, but like because it's based on real events, like there is like a story that it follows about trying to hunt down a cocaine bear by the police force, but then also by the drug mob who's trying to recover their drugs. So like there's a mob aspect.
Fantastic.
But no, it doesn't look like a Ted. No.
Okay.
Like it's not the bear.
It's
It's not the bear like getting blasted and then hanging out with people. It's the bear getting blasted and killing people.
right. Okay. Because just by the title alone, you could have told me the bears talks and yeah.
It's not marijuana bear. It's not marijuana teddy bear. It's cocaine bear.
Right. Yeah. He turns real aggressive. I get it. Okay. So, who watched Mario?
No.
Chan, this is so funny. I really got no idea who's watched what. Chan, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think it was better than the first trailer that we got. It delivers a better, you get to better see what's going on.
Yes, for sure.
There's a lot of platforming aspects in it that look interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. What that's going to amount to in the film, but it's cool to see that at least. I think Anya sounds great. I think Chris Pratt sounds pretty decent, to be honest. I like Charlie Day as Luigi, although it's his normal voice.
Those one or two lines he had were pretty funny.
Yeah. Who's the voice actor for Toad? Because like they're pretty.
It's
decent.
Keegan-Michael Key.
Okay. Yeah. I thought that was good as well. Yeah, I don't know. I thought the trailer was all good. Yeah, like there was nothing bad about it. I think the comedy in it was good. I think I laughed at some point, but I can't remember what it was now. So I can definitely get around it.
Seth Rogen was.
When Donkey Kong just started beating the shit out of Mario, like that was funny. I laughed at that. That was great. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, no, this trailer, I mean, I'm so in on this movie. Everyone knows that. I've said it a few times. But yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it. Dude, Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach, like, it's the same thing where like it sounds like a joke, but then you listen to it and it's like, dude, this is like actually great.
Like, she sounds great as Peach, yeah. I'm like,
I know.
yeah.
It's crazy. And she had like a moment in the trailer where like she's gonna be like a badass in this movie, I think. Which is cool.
A lot of people are sad about that. Not sad, but pissed off.
I think it's great.
Because, gamers.
Yeah, gamers, exactly. 100%. Losers, no lives, yeah. So, no, I think it's fantastic that we're not just getting, like, save Peach, you know what I mean? Peach is fucking out here saving people, it looks like, so I'm down for that.
Yeah, but it's pushing the liberal agenda, Zach,
It's work.
It's Peach is now saving everyone and Mario's going to be a bumbling idiot. It's disgusting. It's emasculating,
How did Nintendo politicize Mario and make him woke? It's like, oh my god!
How dare this Japanese company of purity cave to the Western agenda?
100%. Well said. Well said. And just like you said, I really like how it's expanding upon the game elements as well, as opposed to just like it's nailing the aesthetic, it's nailing the world and the vibe, but making fun of like the little platform, like it's literally like little 2D planes of like where they have to run across and weird shit. Like it's clearly playing on that, and then the scene where they jump in the Mario Karts is like amazing. I'm like, that's fantastic. So they're really trying to dig into the different gameplay elements as well and make them different set pieces. It looks like, which is fun.
They're bloody driving on this gay rainbow stuff at the end of the trailer. You know, how dare they? It's not like this Rainbow Road from the games.
Yeah. It's not like there being a Rainbow Road is in any way relevant to Mario. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm stoked for that film. And then who watched Indiana Jones?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is its name. Fitzy, what'd you think?
They look pretty sick, actually. They look pretty good. I was into it.
I was into it too.
Fleabag is there.
Was he?
Toby. No,
Phoebe.
Oh, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Flea, that guy in the singer.
Yeah. No.
Sorry.
Yeah, Toby, that guy's there.
Mads is there. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, true. Mads is there.
Let's go.
I think he was in some kind of Nazi uniform or something. But yeah, it looks.
You'll appreciate that, Liam.
Yeah.
As a Kanye listener.
As a Kanye listener.
Not as a Nazi. No.
Guys, I'm cutting out the clarification.
But it looks very adventurous. It looks very fun. So yeah.
Yeah, I got faith in this man. I think it looks really good. I like James Mangold a lot as a filmmaker, and I think, I read somewhere that like he was talking about what the film sort of was about and what they were going for, and it was sort of just about this. I mean, dude, I know everyone jokes that like Harrison Ford's like they have to wheel him out to do this stuff, but like. I think the film. He was talking about how the film really is about this like old, ex-adventurer who has to go on one last thing, and I'm always down for that kind of story, even though it's not lost to me that one of the movies is called The Last Crusade, but anyway, clearly it wasn't The Last Crusade, guys. But yeah, no, I thought it was really cool. It was one of those trailers where everything looked really good, like all the action looked great. I was sort of worried there was a lot of action in the trailer. I was sort of worried that they showed all like little snippets of all of their action sequences because there was so much of it. So I hope there's some more. But there were story-wise, I was particularly intrigued by some of the stuff they're doing. There's a handful of shots in this trailer with de-aged Harrison Ford, like looking straight up spot on. Only little shots, so like we haven't seen it in full motion or anything, but I thought it looked amazing. He looked dead on, and so that's really cool. And I sort of got the impression from it that these might be like extended, like we might get like a 15-minute sequence in this movie where it's like young Harrison Ford doing something, like it's a full flashback, something action scene. So if they're like trying to expand the story that way and do a past and present thing, and it looks really good, like it seems to be looking so far. Like, I think that sounds ambitious and really cool, actually. So, I'm optimistic. Yeah. So, Jen, do you have something against Indiana Jones? Like, why didn't you want to watch it? Just curiosity.
I don't know. I just don't want to watch it. No, I like indie a decent amount.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Like, I'm a Crystal Skull defender.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Not a fan of Temple of Doom though.
Okay.
So like, yeah, I have my ups and downs with it. Like Raiders obviously is like a great film as well. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to watch the trailer for this.
Sure. I was thinking, I'm just throwing this out there, no commitments, but the way the Magic Mike timing works is going to work exactly again with Indiana Jones to the fifth one. I'm just saying.
Wow.
If we were curious about doing that. I haven't seen the films. Like, I always like Indiana Jones, but I haven't actually seen them in 10 years. So I'm like definitely due a revisit for sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in a while either.
Yeah,
probably not that long, but yeah,
it could be fun. Now it's time for our highlights of the week. Jaden, what have you been watching?
I watched a Collins Brothers film called "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou." I don't know. I've always had something a little bit against the Collins Brothers, and it's because of this film, to be honest. Because I think this is like the first time, like this was the first film I tried to watch of theirs, and all these 5, 6, 7 years ago, whenever I tried to start it, I don't really remember. I remember I started it and stopped 10 minutes in, but then like it came back on Netflix recently, and it still had my 10 minutes bookmarked, so I was like, I better start it again though. And it was quite good actually. And like the Coen Brothers are just quite good. I think I had this thing against them for a long time because like my first watch of No Country for Old Men wasn't that great, and Oh Brother Where Out There wasn't that fantastic from those 10 minutes that I gave it. But they are really brilliant, and like this is a great story as well. Like it's adapted from the Iliad, which kind of surprised me, but like I'm like, okay, no, okay, it makes sense, I guess. It's funny. Clooney's great in it. John Turturro's great in it. I love the music in it as well. Just everything about it is just genuinely great. Like they've got a KKK scene that's really funny. Like which is a staple for films like these. The MacGuffin in it is nothing, but it's fine with it being nothing because then it's all about George Clooney's family, and it's about family, very very Fast and Furious inspired. I don't know, yeah, no, it was really good. Our Brother, Where Art Thou? Yes.
Cool. Okay. I thought so. Did Fargo not like win you over with them?
No, it did. But that's the thing. Like Fargo and True Grit are both brilliant films. Like True Grit was on my first watch. I truly loved, and No Country for Old Men. Since then, I've since my first watch, I've come to love it when we rewatched it for the show. But I've still always held this resentment for them as like a kind of middle level filmmaking, and I think it's just because that lingering feeling of my first kind of goings with them. And I guess Burn After Reading isn't my favorite by any means as well, so I guess that kind of sits there. But
What?
no, like
Okay,
I've kind of
yeah.
come around. What was that, sorry?
Um,
I'll listen back to it and we'll see what you say.
I finished Westworld. Like for real. Like yeah, guys, remember it's not
Finish the
coming
whole
back,
show.
so
Yeah.
finished the whole thing. Yeah. It was interesting. I sort of like need a full episode. I need Jaden to at least watch it. Do you plan on watching it, Jaden? At this point
I
still?
do. Yeah, I do.
Cool. I need to talk about it properly. I just wanted to sort of use it as my highlight to acknowledge that I finished it because I feel like it keeps coming up. But yeah, there's a lot to unpack. But overall, I'd say that now that the show isn't coming back and you can look at it as a whole, I'd say that every season I gradually liked slightly less. By the end of season 4, I thought it was good. I liked it. But yeah, like I said, I didn't like it as much as season 3, which I didn't like as much as season 2, which I didn't like as much as season 1. So it sort of just had a natural step down for me. But some of the I hadn't heard anything about the show, and I sort of was just looking at some discussions and stuff afterwards, and people seem to really like season 4. They liked it much more than seasons 2 and 3, which I thought was interesting. Like, I definitely don't feel that way, but so I feel like there is some love for it out there amongst. But then the other thing to consider is the fact that the viewership has dropped off so drastically that like anyone who's still sticking around is sort of potentially always going to love it. So there's that. It's hard to talk about without spoilers because the show very much fulfills its promise of just like you think you don't know where it can go after it leaves the park in season 3 and deals with real world stuff. Where it goes is like strikingly obvious. Like when you like if I were just to say it right now what it is, like it'd be like, oh yeah, that is the logical thing, I guess. Because basically the show encompasses everything. Like it's so far removed from just being this study of the park. It's so far beyond that at this point. Which is for better or worse. I felt like I sort of mentioned, I felt like it sort of led to some of the writing feeling like I'm watching a generic sci-fi movie at times. Like it losing that Western genre, that Western feel, and that wonderful blend of the two genres or the two aesthetics that the earlier seasons had. Losing that and just going full sci-fi at times made it feel a bit generic to me. And the story is just total whackness. Like it's season 3 was whack too, but this is even more whack. Like it's at a certain point, like, and characters even say it in the dialogue, which is like when you know that you know you have to start accepting it. Where like at a certain point, you sort of just to really enjoy it, you sort of just have to. And I did do this. You sort of just have to let go of any attempt to literally understand what is what. Like any part of your brain that wants to understand the specifics of the plot, you sort of just need to let go of, and you just need to. It's like a Tenet thing, but like, which is ironic with the Nolans, but it's sort of like you just need to, at some point, you just need to feel the vibe of it and just get the gist of it. And characters do allude to that literally, and that did help. Not, I don't know if it's. I guess it's up to you to decide if that's good or bad, but it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, with some of the characters especially, it goes total nuts. Even though but at the end of the day, I do think the show had a thematic through line, and it did feel like it was achieved something by the end. And it was interesting because the ending, in particular, the last minute, it's so weird because at the time it aired, no one knew if the show was coming back or not. It wasn't cancelled at that point. So at the time it aired, you could watch that ending and say it's so obviously setting up a season 5, or you could watch it and say I never need another season again, and both would be equally valid. Like it's a really odd ending in that way. To the point where now knowing it's cancelled, it's like, yeah, and we also now know that they were going to do a season 5. So looking at it, I was like, yeah, I see what you're doing for a season 5, but I'm glad it doesn't exist because I feel like this is totally fine as it is, and for you to level up again for a season 5 and take it another step further, I feel like it would just, like, you thought it was it's already insane enough as it is, and you would need to go even more insane. So like, I'm in a way glad it was cancelled, sort of, I guess. So yeah, but well, I guess what I'm saying is that by the end, don't let the cancellation put you off necessarily, because it does feel in its own weird way, with all caveats involved, like it does feel complete in some way as well. So yeah, there's a lot there. I hope we can talk about it one day more in depthly, but it was good overall.
You haven't seen the original Westworld yet, have you?
The film, no.
No, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But anyway, Fitzy, what have you been watching?
I watched Paranoid Park, which is a movie about a teenager who, well, something happens when he's near this skating park. The movie is still around his kind of, that kind of Cinderella experience. I guess he's struggling with that experience, I guess. The film is like structured really, or like in a really interesting way, because it's really like non-linear, and it's kind of presented through like a diary format. Like he's writing this journal to like make sense of what happened, and to like come to terms with it, kind of. So yeah, the film's kind of like the linearity is kind of all over the place, but it's a really great movie, like portrait of just adolescence and I guess guilt maybe and that kind of thing. But yeah, it is a Gus Van Sant movie, which is really interesting because it's very unlike the kind of traditional Hollywood. I don't know if you call it like the kind of stable, like emotionally stable, like his emotionally stable, like early films, like Good Will Hunting and that kind of thing. It's much more like experimental, and it does seem like looking at his filmography, like he only gets like more experimental as his career goes on. And he starts off with these kind of solid movies like Drugstore Cowboy and Good Will Hunting, and then he kind of gets a bit crazier later on. But no, it's a really great movie. It's the best use of Elliott Smith that I've seen in a movie, better than the Royal Tenenbaums or Up in the Air. And it's just, the actor is really great. He plays like a 16-year-old. He's like a 16 or something, and he's like really kind of he's like really shocked and like kind of dopey the whole time. It just feels really authentic and great. So
Is the Elliot? So what drew you to it? Was it Elliot Smith? Was it Gus Van Sant? Was it all of it? Like, did you know Elliot Smith was in it? Was the music was in it?
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay,
Just all of it, I guess. Yeah, both those things.
sure. Well, if you knew that, then yeah, I get that. Very good. I don't know. I've never seen Keith Urban featured in a film before, so
Good one.
Where'd that start from, by the way? Was it you or was it Spooky?
I think it was.
I
I don't think
think
it was me.
spooky.
Yeah.
Because he looks nothing like him. Like, I don't understand.
Now comes the segment where we hand the show over to you with our question of the show. Last week we asked you, what is your favourite dance movie? Damn. All right, Luke said, my favourite dance movie is probably Hairspray. It's a dance movie in the sense that it's a musical. If we need to be more specific, I would probably say Footloose. And then Aiden says, High School Musical maybe. I think I've seen that. Yeah, everyone's seen High School Musical, haven't they?
Not sure about it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're same as Aiden then. Okay. Yeah, so this is the question that sort of was debated in the Discord was like, what's a dance movie compared to a musical, you know? Because, like, musicals, they dance, right?
Yeah, I'd count him as dance movies, though. Yeah. High School Musical, probably less so. Hairspray, I would, though. No, I think they're both fair game. No, yeah.
Yeah, but is Step Up a musical, for example?
No, that's dance. No, because they're not singing along. They're dance. They're break dancing. You know.
Right. Yeah. Right. Magic Mike isn't a musical. Yeah, that makes sense.
No.
Okay, so there is some crossover, but not always. I see. Okay. Andy wrote an essay, and there will be a timestamp in the YouTube comment. Andy says, do you guys know how to say this so I don't watch it the whole time?
Let me. I'll pull it up.
Dilsey?
No clue.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna commit to something. Dilsey? That sounds wrong. Whatever, I'm going to commit to that. And he says, Dilsey is probably my favourite dance movie so far. I saw it 2 or 3 weeks ago, so the timing for this question felt so right. Or it's just recency biased, and the movie's terrible. But the opening musical number is what sold me. You have to watch it even if you don't plan to see the actual film. It's the most spectacular dance I've ever seen recorded on celluloid. Camera work, editing, and music is superb altogether. And those low-light shots for the train going through the tunnel as they're still dancing are to die for. You will probably hear people use this description all the time, but the choreography of the entire dance will give you goosebumps. Every single person was just sweating it out on top of an actual moving train. It's seriously phenomenal. God, this is actually selling me right here. As for the other dances in the movie, very nutty. Like it has nice songs and the dances are just good. With the film itself, it starts off like a rom-com and then gets pretty batshit crazy with its political approach and melodrama. You'll fall off your seats when you see what happens because it's so friggin' cheesy. Regardless of how Bollywood this film sounds, Dilseh is definitely my favourite dance movie. It was just a recommendation that I had from an Indian friend that I was told, which is a great introduction to Bollywood cinema. I guess this question is, reckon we could do Dilseh for Cinema Effects' debut Bollywood episode? And he asks, Jaden, what are your thoughts?
No. If we don't dive into Bollywood, we dive into Triple R.
Okay, sure. So that's a no from Jaden. What about you, Fitzy?
No, I don't think we go Jaden. I think R is the way to go. Dilsey sounds too foreign. You know, it's
I can't even say it.
Like Bollywood.
Yeah, Jaden and Fitzy gave very nice answers and reasons. I'd just say no because no. So yeah, and he also points out that Slumdog Millionaire does not count as us having done Bollywood, which I mean I agree with that.
I think we did.
Bollywood.
Yeah, didn't we say at the time? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we acknowledged that. It's a Danny Boyle movie. It's like it's like the whitest thing ever, you know. But yeah, it was still good. Now it's time for our answers for best dance movie. I've got to say, I struggle with this because dance movies are inherently bad. So I saw people were counting Silver Linings Playbook as a dance movie.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I feel like I can accept that, you know. And that's a cute movie. That's a good movie I quite like. And then you've also got Spielberg's West Side Story, which is good. I enjoyed that as well. I think if you're talking about dance movie, I feel like I sort of like those films fairly equally. But like, if you're talking about dance movie, like West Side Story is much more elaborate and, you know, incredibly well made for achieving that as a musical. You know, so while Silver Linings does count, in my opinion, you got to give it to West Side Story for the dance side. You know.
Well, I neglected West Side Story. Forgot about that. But my answer is Climax, which is a French movie, French dance movie from Gaspar Noé. I wouldn't really call it like a. Well, it is like the most dance movie possible because it's set in a studio with dancers and they just dance the whole movie, and they get high on something that was put in the drinks in the punch. Someone snipped a little bit of drugs in it, and everyone went crazy. Pretty much goes crazy for the whole movie.
Nice.
I think it's a one-shot movie. I think it might be a one-shot movie. If not, there's like a lot of tracking shots. Like I think the whole movie feels like a one-shot, but the dances are like incredibly elaborate and just really phenomenal. And the music is really amazing too. So I probably like underappreciate it as a movie. So yeah, Climax is really fantastic. Yeah.
Cool. Like, does it literally all take place in the studio?
Yeah, pretty much. Just like a crew of, well, like the opening scene is like interviews with them and saying like what dancing means to them, and then yeah, there's just like a whole crew of dancers in a big, massive like studio warehouse kind of thing. Yeah.
Right. And then they get high and they dance.
Yeah. Some of them have a very bad trip. They all like go on a trip basically, and some of them are like happy, and some of them are like very distressed. So the movie turns into like total chaos. Meanwhile, they're all like dancing, and it's a crazy movie. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Jaden.
Like my answer, like so, like on Google, they count Suspiria as a dance movie. I mean, fair enough, and I would say yeah, but like in spirit of the question, Step Up 4 Miami Heat is what it's locally known as. But apparently it's released internationally as Revolution. So like that's nuts to me learning about that. It's definitely not the best Step Up film, like objectively. It's probably one of the worst ones to be honest. But it's one that I always attach to. I think it's really fun. Like the dance pieces are like massive in that, and like out on the street, and it's got a very flash mob thing about it. I think that was like the whole gimmick at the time of 2012. And like there's like a political aspect as well because they want to like the projects are gonna get redeveloped by like the Miami people, and they want to stop that from happening so like they don't get into further poverty and shit like that. So like it's got a good political message, just really fun as well. I know, like Step Up. The first Step Up is like a genuinely awesome dramatic product, and like really you really feel it. But like Step Up 4 is just a lot of fun. A lot of dancing, it's good.
Cool.
But like
very
in regards to, like recommending Step Up, like 1 and 2, and probably not even 2, probably just 1. Just watch 1. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a notable lead against Channing Tatum there?
In Step Up 1.
Yeah.
There is a woman.
Okay.
Let me see what her name was.
That's a start.
Yeah.
That's a start.
It's Jenna Dewan. Oh yeah, it's his wife. That's where he made his fucking wife. That's right. Well, his ex-wife. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of. Oh, I was going to say that's kind of cool, and then he turned it into a bummer.
Yeah.
Oh man. I guess you can view the film with that subtext now. Excellent. All right. As always, we'd love you to submit your questions, thoughts, reviews for next week's film in the YouTube comment section. Send us a DM on Instagram or join the Discord server. There's a lot of fun stuff there this week. But next week, we're asking you this very specific question, and that is, what is the best Sam Rockwell movie? We had a look. We don't think Sam Rockwell's ever been on the show. He's a fantastic actor, so we've got to give him some shine. And he's been in some of your favourite movies, no doubt. Well, I mean, probably, hopefully. So let us know what your best Sam Rockwell movie is. But yeah, that's it for this week's episode. Fitzy, what are we doing next week?
You guys are doing, see how they run, see how we run, see how they run. Yeah.
See how you run?
See how we run. It was on Disney Plus and Foxtel.
Excellent. All right. Very, very good. Yeah, Fitzy won't be here. Where are you going again, by the way? You going on that cocaine trip or?
Oh yeah. Sydney.
Nice.
More like
Have fun in Sydney.
Shitney because it's a shit city in Australia. Melbourne all the way. Oh, yeah.
Whoa!
Okay.
Oh, take it. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay. Are you going to climb the Harbour Bridge?
Climate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Tom Cruise.
Oh no, I mean you go there and you do the climbs, you know.
Oh, is that a real thing? Oh, I thought you were just making shit up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's a real thing.
Oh.
I've done it.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's good. You should do it. Okay, that's all good. So Chad and I will enjoy that movie.
I've already enjoyed that movie, so yeah.
Yeah, we'll enjoy watching it for the first time this week. Yeah. All right. Appreciate you all listening. Appreciate Jade and Fitzy being here as always. We'll see you all next time. Take care and goodbye.